Hello and welcome to what would normally be the August roadmap for Train Sim World. This time we're going to be talking about the recently announced Dovetail Direct event that's happening on Tuesday, 22nd of August at 1300 UTC. I believe that's 1400 British Summer Time. So we'll run through the article. It's a very short article, I will warn you, about what hopefully that event will cover, and then we may do a little bit of speculation in terms of, I guess, what could be announced at this event. So we'll quickly run through this very short piece on the Dovetail website, and then we'll just go into a little bit of speculation, as I said. So if you like this video, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing. It really is appreciated. And as you can see, we've got a nice little graphic there for Dovetail Direct. And we'll just read what it's got here. So we're thrilled to announce that we'll be broadcasting our first ever Dovetail Direct on Tuesday, 22nd of August on YouTube and Twitch. Okay, cool. So similar to the Spring Summit earlier in the year, it'll be a chance to talk about all the exciting things they've been working on. And they go on to say, and boy, do we have a lot to share. That's quite interesting. We'll go back to the Spring Summit event just as a quick recap as what that entailed in just a moment. And then as a note, this will replace August's Train Sim World roadmap. So just start off by saying, so there'll be no roadmap for this month, which I'm kind of not surprised about. August is normally the month in the year that they kind of do their big announcement, their big releases for the year. So kind of, I guess, to be expected. And they say the event is going to be sort of something similar to the Spring Summit. And the Spring Summit event earlier in the year was really an opportunity for Dovetail to tease and showcase where they've got to with upcoming releases. And there were quite a number of things they teased at that event in terms of, there was like Peak Forest, New York Trenton, the Acela. I can't think what else. There were a number of other ones as well, but off the top of my head, I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, there was quite a few things announced at that point. So if it's going to be something similar, I think we're definitely going to be given an insight into what's coming up. So this is kind of where we go into a little bit of the speculation in terms of what could be announced at this event. So I think the first one that has been really talked about by the Train Sim World community, and you can check out on the Train Sim World forums as well, is that there's a strong belief that Train Sim World 4 will be coming. And this was initially sort of first talked about by a French website that's got a good history of leaking upcoming releases and the timings associated with it. And that article that was released really did talk about Train Sim World 4 and the release date. So you kind of got the announcement in August, which lines up, and it then goes on sale in September. So it kind of feels like the stars are starting to align, and that's kind of further backed up by, on the Epic Games, there are a number of depots. I think the best way to describe them is almost like store pages, I think, is probably in the basic terms. But a lot of those depots actually are potentially for DLC that already exist. And there's a question of, why would you replicate those depots if you were just going to continue with Train Sim World 3? You probably wouldn't. And also in some of those depots, it mentioned the pre-order dates, which aligns to what the web article said. And also in some of them, there was, in some of the names of these depots, it gave us a hint as to what could be potentially coming. I think if you cast your mind back to the last roadmap, there's been a German locomotive on there for quite some time. We now pretty much 99% sure that is a Vectron, and that is also one of the depots that were actually named. And on top of that, we've also seen the Flying Scotsman Centenary Edition. So those are the two that are named. So I think that gives a strong indication as, I guess, what could be coming. So could there be a German route that relies heavily upon the Vectron, or could that be for an existing route? We don't know. And similarly for the Flying Scotsman, my gut tells me that it's probably going to be for the new route, the Flying Scotsman. And especially with the addition of the Class 700 much recently, I really think that that could be utilized on whatever routes could be announced, and we could see more action with it, because it's quite limited running on DC in Southeastern High Speed. I think there is probably going to be it's got to be another route that shows off its AC function, so the overhead, getting power from the overhead wires. So yeah, I'm really intrigued as to what could be announced. Obviously, typically when we get these big announcements from Dovetail, it is typically a UK, a German, and a US route that are released all together. We cast our mind back to last year when Train Sim World 3 was announced. We got Southeastern High Speed Extended, Castle Würzburg, and also Cajon Pass. So I'd expect to see something similar again. So really excited to find out what will be announced. We've still got a couple of weeks to run. As you'll see below, there is already a link up to the upcoming stream. And I think the last sort of nugget that I guess is in this this article here is, believe us, you won't want to miss it. Now, unsure what that could relate to, but again, if you cast your mind back to last year with the release of Train Sim World 3, I think if I remember rightly, they put a lot of Easter eggs and little nuggets of information within a lot of their social media posts and tweets and things to that. So yeah, I think keep your eyes out on their social media in the coming weeks to start to perhaps work out what is coming. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, and yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think it could be, because I'm really intrigued as to, I guess, what people's thoughts are. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, something a little bit different, a little bit of speculation, and we'll see what happens on the 22nd of August. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, please hit that like button and also subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.